Hello everybody, this is Total War Titan. Thank you for stopping by today. And today we are playing Thrones of Britannia, alright? Today we have a Alban army, Sirsen, riding south from the Isles of Scotland to challenge the English at the ruins of old Hadrian's wall. Here's the remnants of that wall right now. And the Scots are riding south. They've just crossed this road. The English are here to challenge them. And well, the English by I mean West Sax, because England hasn't united at this point with Sirsen and West Essex. So yeah, we have a pretty awesome battle here today lining up. So we have two different armies. We have the pre-generated English army over here. I'm gonna call them the English, even though they're really Wessex Saxons. But we have I'm gonna go over their army first, even though it is an AI army. Their army includes Royal Thanes, I just love the detail on these guys, Royal Huscarls, Retinue Sword Infantry, Mailed Spearmen, and Thane Spearmen. Some pretty good troops in the rear there as reserve, and also kind of like a rear guard, kind of protects against flaming cavalry. We have some Thane Spearmen, Earl Spearmen, Mailed Spearmen with the kite shields, must have had some contact with the Normans at this point, Royal Bodyguard. Their general's probably in this unit. Where is he? Can we find him? I'm assuming he's that guy, but I might be wrong. We have some Earl Thanes. More Earl Thanes. Mailed Thanes with more kite shield. Mailed Long Axemen. Royal Huscarls again. So still some really good level troops. Thane Spearmen, Mailed Spearmen, Thane Spearmen, and Mailed Spearmen. That's pretty much their melee troops. All really good melee troops. So, in the front here, they have some select-feared archers, which are pretty decent archers. I mean, they're selected based off their skills. Some less good archers, militia-feared archers, and ordinary-feared archers, Sarola archers. Still decent archers, because it is Wessex. They become England, so... For the cavalry, they're bringing some Earl's Horsemen and Mailed Horsemen on that flank. And on their other flank, we have some Mailed Horsemen and Earl's Horsemen and Thane's Horsemen. So, pretty generic army there. My army, I'm bringing a bit more foot-based army. I do have a decent cavalry contingent over here. Not as good as the English, but it is Scotland after all. We have some Lowland Raider Skirmisher Cav, which are like just javelin throwers, but on horseback. And right next to them we have Royal Cavalry. Alban, well, it doesn't say Alban, but Alban Royal Cavalry. And the Royal Bodyguard right there. So you have the royals out on the field, and my general, I'm assuming he's right there, but I might be wrong. So in my back rank, I have 3 catapult units, each with 3 catapults each, so 9 catapults in total. We have a warhounds unit. I was kind of wanting to see these. I like exotic units, and that's pretty exotic. I have some Shilithren, pretty decent spears right there. Alban warriors. So that's my retinue swords in the back, along with the King's Blades as a reserve. Alban Axe Warriors, pretty good troops. We have a Shilithren unit here. All my spears are Shilithren. Alban Axe Warriors again. Some Lowland Crossbowmen. Highland Sharpshooters with their ordinary bows. Well, it's still like they're sharpshooters. More King's Blades up in the front ranks. Alban Warriors. And some Shilithren over here, 3 units of Shilithren. So, that pretty much covers my army, so let's get started. I apologize in advance for lag. So the Albans are immediately pushing forward. Alright, their entire army is marching forward in increments. Their archers leading the way, but not too far so they can retreat behind the main troops behind. I, on the other hand, am sending out my crossbowmen, because crossbows cannot shoot over the ranks of your own men. The archers, however, I am pulling them forward, but I'm not pulling them past the infantry. Alright. Yeah, as I said before, sorry for lag. This is going to be a bit laggy, but not too laggy. I am relocating this this catapult unit, so it's not sticking out on the flank, because I am noticing the cav that's trying to flank me. I am sending my own cav to deal with this flanking movement and maybe try and take out their flank too. So yeah, We're gonna have to deal with the wall, though. That might be an obstacle. There's a little wall ruin there, so... Although I think Hadrian's wall was more of an earthen structure than a stone one. I might be wrong about that. So let me know in the comments. We have the crossbow seers, just waiting for the Saxons. Pretty quiet right now. Artillery volley already. Incoming. Let's see the damage it does. Oh! Direct hit into the feared archers, knocking back some mailed thanes and earl thanes. Good hit into the now dispersed but regrouping swordsmen. The archers, that unit took a bad hit. Lots of dudes down from several units. They are regrouping, reforming. Another volley in from the other two catapult units coming in different parts of the line, not doing as much damage as that opening volley, but ouch. My own cavalry covering my flank here. I have spears on this flank. Another volley from the catapults. Another devastating set of devastating hits there. Already, that archers unit that got hit hard, they're down to 11 dudes from artillery fire alone. More artillery fire incoming, and they're routing. Okay, those two just missed, but... Yep, more incoming right here. They are in loose formation, though. They're Huskarls. But, ouch. Another unit breaking. Select feared archers. Archers aren't meant to take... Archers are not meant to take heavy punishing fire like this, except from other archers. Not from catapults. Some of their troops have dispersed into lighter formations, but they still have some troops in densely packed formations, especially the rear. But we've dispersed their troops, and that's a good thing, because they don't fight as well in melee while dispersed.
Our general is under attack.
My own general has entered a cav engagement here. We have the lowland raiders harassing the, taking some archer fire, but they're harassing the, enemy cavalry over here, which is a really nasty looking cav fight. We have turned their flank, though. It's a V, well actually no, more of a Y fighting a V. They did detach some archers to deal with it, while the rest of the army is pushing forward. Archer and crossbow troops are opening up. Crossbow's firing a decent volley. Another volley from the catapults. Not doing as much damage. Flaming arrow volley. I am sending some troops up to plug this gap, because I don't want them coming around into the flank and taking out my archers. So I'm making some modifications to my formation, but my formation right now seems secure. I have this good reserve in the back. They are sending some horsemen around my flank that are going to get a side charge into this Schillerton, which is actually a pretty good move against spears. Yeah, pretty dispersing side charge, but they managed to take it pretty well. No casualties due to the initial impact. Alright, so they are sending in their Thane Spearmen and Mailed Spearmen to deal with my Schillerton. Alban warriors here in the main lines. Oh, we have a bit of friendly fire with the catapults there. The cav engagement over there is relatively unhurt, but the mailed horsemen here, having taken a lot of casualties, are running. And these guys are being harassed pretty bad by the, well, they're gonna get hit by the withdrawal from here. But they're getting harassed pretty bad by those lowland archers, and raiders. So yeah.
See, they flee before our might.
Alright, so breaking units over here. We have a cav charge that had impacted against a shield wall. Alright. Now I'm sending over a large portion of my reserves over here to try and flank them. It's one of my favorite tactics. I have a second line of reserves, and when you see how they're going to deploy and impact, like they're kind of locked in melee, move them out into a flanking formation and swing them around.
This is shameful.
What troops are routing? Where are the troops that are routing? Probably some archer units. Well, they have troops running there. Alright, so yeah, those cavalry are pulling back. The Schillerton's still engaged in melee, but their flank is secure, although they are sending a small, scattered cavalry unit to flank them, try and flank around, but those cavalry units are taking a lot of casualties, while my reserve is pretty healthy. Now, unfortunately, they do manage to slip some cav around my flank into my catapults, but that's not a huge issue. At this point, it's a melee. It's not a cav battle. I mean, not cav battle, artillery battle. We have a cav charge here into the rear of the spearman unit, which is actually a pretty good move too. Lock them up with infantry. Doesn't have to be spears. Lock them up with infantry in general and hit in the rear. They do have some reserves of their own.
Men have been routed.
Never mind, they only have just. Now, I am moving some troops in. This can't get a good view on it. These wolfhounds trying to plug the gap along with one of these units here. Alright, so there are some Highland sharpshooters that are running. That's not a big issue, they're archers. They are trying to turn my flank here, but I'm putting pretty much weight on their flank. An all-around charge there. I was originally trying to... The infantry was a misclick, but oh well, they're locking into the melee even farther. I was trying to pull the cav back. The wolfhound handlers? I don't know where the hounds went, but the handlers are leaping into the fray. We are breaking some units on their flank here. All those Alban Axe warriors and Shillatran are really causing some damage. And this flank, well, our flank has... This flank is turned into from less of a battle line and more into just a blob of friendly and enemy. We have cav running everywhere, horsemen, spears, everything. Spears. Wow, like, yikes. But over here, we have a lot of troops. The Albans are trying to kind of form a little line here to keep them from off the backs, but really at this point we've broken through their lines. They're having to pull back. They're blobbing up. Unfortunately, they do send a flanking unit that will break a Shillatran unit, this mailed spearman. And the archers are still causing issues, but I do have my own lowland raiders. I am going to try a similar tactic to draw them out even further, kind of mix them up. This time I am going to go ahead and intentionally pull back my infantry, although the infantry are pretty much done for at this point. I'm going to pull them in here. They're going to try and hit my flank, but my flank is already being hit by these Royal Huscarls, who are pretty exhausted, so they're going to have to fight their way through. And over here, we have turned their flank. Sorry, I know it's laggy, but I want to get... Our general's fallen. I didn't notice that during the battle. Oh, the general apparently has fallen, so... in the charge. And now they are going to try and flank our cav here. So it's pretty much two blobs at this point. A U here, and a big blob over there that we're not engaging very well, and the one over here that we're engaging quite heavily. Roll stains. I want to get some good melee shots, but it's kind of laggy at this point, so sorry about that. I'm pulling back my cavalry to deal with some of these skirmishers. I am trying to surround these guys, like right here. I'm having these guys fight their way through. Whereas these Alban Axe warriors are going to go after. They break the Huscarls with that surge, so they're pushing forward. Their general is still alive in this Royal Bodyguard unit, but I have some of my own Kingsblades. Hello, Charlotte, baby sister. My baby sister came to say hi. Alright, so yeah, now my cavalry is coming in. Unit perished. I was unaware of that. So just going to dismiss that for now. I do have two Alban warrior units over here kind of dealing with this. They're not in a good spot right now, but the rest of the army is in a really good spot. We have a cav charge. These guys are gonna... This blob is gonna kind of make its way forward. I have this blob kind of just... this unit's just standing here. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe covering the flank for these guys, but... At this point, it's degenerated from a battle line formation to a bunch of troops running around. And my troops are less scattered than theirs, so at this point I have the advantage. They are going to try and hit my King's Blades with a hammer and anvil from the select feared archers, but I'm doing the same with their Thane Spearmen, which is overwhelming my Alban warriors.
An entire unit has perished.
My own troops are beginning to form a line here, dealing with some Royal Stains. Kind of hit both these areas. Well, actually, they're going to focus more on this area, but hit both the areas pretty hard. A little bit of Viking tactics there, a wedge formation to break the line. Well, it kind of disintegrated quickly. As I thought the select-feared archers are kind of running. That's causing the Royal Huscarls here to rout. We have a one-on-one with some Chiltern and Earl Thanes. I think the Thanes do have a slight advantage. They do have some cavalry left around. I don't know what happened to my cav. Oh right, they're over there running down archers.
The general is dead.
We do take down the enemy general, and that pretty much seals the deal for Wessex. Wessex is done for at this point. I don't know why the little,
Our warriors flee the fight.
I don't know what's going on. I can't... What's going on? I hear everything going on, but I don't see it. Huh. I'll have to come back to that. Oh, never mind, it's going now. It's going now. We're good. So yeah, we pretty much break their whole army. I think all those units breaking at once probably did it for my computer. They do... Yeah, they're pretty much done for. So kind of ordering my troops to kind of regroup, reform before I end the replay. So yeah, they're going in. Yeah, that's pretty much done for. The remnants of the army, we've done a pretty good job of putting them in the blender, so to say, without the lid on. And Wessex troops are going everywhere. There's some large clumps that we might have to deal with later, but for now, this isn't a campaign, so here we are. Now, it did cost quite a bit, but that was a pretty tense battle, to say the least. Line battle, Viking warfare at its fullest. Two shield walls clashing, and it's really who can outmaneuver the other with the shield wall and the infantry. Cavalry, while powerful at this point, was not at its fully developed stage, so it did help, but it wasn't game-changing. So yeah, I hope you liked today's video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, Total War Titan, out.